You're watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini. Sports coverage you can count on with the Highlight Zone starts now.
They want to win every game.
We want this real bad.
Obviously, SAC versus NAC.
We want to come out and secure a good victory.
Tonight it was time to put a colorful bow on the regular season as the fellas tying things up before sectional play tips off on Tuesday night. Basketball fans in knots out in a Boyd because they were hosting the game of the week. Joe Whalen, he's fit to be tied. He was there, and Joe joins us now with more. Joe?
Yeah, Glenn, it may have been the final day of the regular season, but the atmosphere at Homestead had a decidedly playoff feel to it. The Spartans, NHC runners-up, and led by one of the nation's top sophomores in Caleb Swanigan. Northside, the SAC champs, 20-1, ranked 4th in the state. This one meant nothing in the standings, but everything for city bragging rights. Standing room only at Homestead tonight. If you showed up late, you might have been stuck out in the hallways. Story of the first quarter, Caleb Swanigan going off for the Spartans. Seals and deals on the inside. Next time down, Swanigan carving out some space on the baseline. Hoop and the harm. Free throw was good as well. Big fella can score inside. He's got some range as well. Game high 36 points for Swanigan, and Homestead led after one. But in the second, Redskins start to ratchet things up on defense. Trey Cruz, the pilfer, and the pair the other way. It was 39-35 Northside at the half. And in the third, they just blew the lid right off the gym. 4 players in double figures, including Jeremy Jones, who sits and hits. He had a baker's dozen. Then off the steal, Cruz behind the back to Usha Mitchell. He lays that one up and in. The lead starting to swell. It was Mike Davis doing the heavy lifting. First, the finish inside from the big fella. A couple possessions later, Davis catch and shoot. He had a team-high 30 points, and the onslaught is on. McGee, Sean McGee, that is, straightaway 3, cans it. Part of a 31-point third quarter as Northside rolls 88-79.
We wanted this real bad, get us a lot of momentum going into sectionals, playing Snyder on Tuesday at East Noble, so we wanted to come out and secure a good victory. And locker room coaches told us to pick up the energy, play with a lot more enthusiasm, and get this lead up.
You always want to have momentum going into the sectional, and obviously SAC versus NAC, so that has a little bit of extra oomph to it. But, they want to win every game. So, tonight's game, regardless of who we played, where we played at, when it was played, they want to win. And when you got a group of seniors, they want to win every single game they play, so their last memory is a victory against whoever they played.
Homestead opens sectional play at Huntington North against the Vikings next Tuesday, while Northside gets Snyder next Tuesday at East Noble. We know that's going to be a good game, but Glenn, this was a complete performance on both ends of the floor for Northside.
And looking ahead to next week, Northside and Snyder have played already twice this season, including a great shootout in the SAC championship game. I bet if this comes down to a final second play, they're going to have a hand in Usha Mitchell's face. That's just the way I think it should go. All right, thank you very much, Joe. And speaking of those pesky Panthers, the team Northside is getting in the playoffs. They had their hands full tonight with a familiar face. Randy Spieth spent the night in Grant County. He joins us now with more. Randy.
Yeah, Glenn, Panther fans certainly got enough of James Blackman Jr. when he was at Bishop Bluers. Tonight they get a taste of the McDonald's All-American in the purple and gold. Snyder at Marion tonight. Blackman coming in 12th in Indiana prep history, just under 2,300 points in his career. And JBJ coming out hot in the first quarter right there, drops the triple. Then the senior running this one, stops and pops along 2. Giants up 8 early. Fans wild in the student section, causing Snyder to take a timeout. But the Panthers hanging around. Stephen Halstead off the inbounds, nets his own 3. Panthers down 5, now down 8. Final seconds of the opening quarter. Leander Williams off the glass and in from half court. Get the Big Mac there. Snyder down just 5 after 1. Let's go to the second. VJ Blackman, he came in off the bench tonight. All seniors started for the Giants. Dropped 2 of his 14. And James Blackman, 13 first quarter points. Add in 21 more, 3 right there. 34 total tonight for him. 2,330 for his high school career. That's 10th most all-time in Indiana. And Marion wins this one by 30, 99-69. Let's go back to Glenn.
10th most. That is history if I've ever seen it. James Blackman Jr. is going to be a force at IU. Hey, after a run to the state title game last year, Concordia gearing up for the playoffs with a trip to Donald S. Weeks Gymnasium in Columbia City. Early on, Bracken Hazen gets the point for the Eagles, and they took an early lead. However, Concordia looking good. The kick out to Andrew Brown from downtown, and Concordia up by 1. More from Columbia City going the other way, though. Hazen doing what he does, having a nice season right now. And then you're going to see DJ McCall. McCall goes over 1,000 points for his career in this game. They're going to love him down at IUPUI. A little later, Reggie Tharp to who else but Andrew Brown from behind the arc as Concordia gets a win on the road 66-43. Northrop hosting Kokomo. Bruin senior right here, Jacoby Claypool, breaking the school record for career assists earlier this week. Not an easy thing to do at a school with a history like that. That's the fourth quarter. Taylor Persons, 2 of his 25. Kokomo up 44-38. Northrop going the other way. Great save there into Jagger's surface, and he's got the moves like Jagger. Great basket there. Then it's Ray Walker for Northrop, cutting the Kokomo lead to just 3. A minute and a half left. Persons absorbs the contact, the and one. That was a huge bucket because Kokomo in control. 13 ticks left. Kokomo by 2. Northrop a chance to tie, but who else gets the rebound but Mr. Persons as Kokomo survives at Northrop by 1, 51-50. Southside looking to finish the regular season out strong as the Archers taking on Muncie South. First quarter. Nice passing here. Nick Thomas down low gets the bucket, but Mike Novell's team down 1 after 1. Second quarter, Muncie South's Braden Reynolds buries the 3, but after that, oh baby, it's Southside taking over in a big way. South's Danye Lipsy with the lip service. Then Nate Thomas, the senior in the open court. He's been doing that all season long. 21 points for Thomas. South by 4. Sam Stevens off the nice pass. He knows how to finish. Then watch Thomas again with another jam as Southside hitting triple digits tonight. Good win for the Archers heading into the playoffs, 101-72. At Charger Fieldhouse, Carroll hosting Warsaw. The Tigers on a tear after beating Lures by 27 last Friday night. Fourth quarter, that's Jake Graham for Carroll with the bucket, 33-26. Chargers in the lead. More from Carroll, the super soft Kyle Mallers with the sweet shot, and Carroll up by 8. Warsaw going the other way. Jake Mangus with the basket. Mangus had himself a night, led the Tigers with 15. But Carroll had Jeremy Kalanji, and Kalanji had a night. 13 points, 8 rebounds. That would lead the Chargers. You're going to see Mangus here with the bucket, but it's Carroll hanging on and doing it from the stripe at the end. They beat Warsaw 44-40. Down in Osseo, Norwell taking on Huntington North. The Knights ranked 17th in this week's 3A state poll. Early in the third, that's Caleb Landrum with the bucket as Norwell's lead cut to 2 at 35-33. Huntington North's Cody Adams with the bucket. Game tied at 35. How about this? Norwell, Drew Shively inside to David Vogel. Vogel had 16 points, just signed to play basketball with the DePaul Tigers. Then it's Mr. Adams going the other way to tie it, but Norwell simply too much. Brent Bales to who else but Pearson Harnish. Kept doing everything at Norwell as Norwell wins it 63-49. Shively with 21 to pace the Knights. Up in Kendallville, East Noble trying to snap a 10-game losing streak before sectional play as the Knights battling Leo. Early in the first quarter, that's Adam Davison burying the 3. Later, David Harden says, you know what, my teammate can do it, I can do it as well. He knocks down the triple, and it's Leo up by 4. However, Michael Sharp, picture perfect. Kid can play golf, apparently can play some hoop as well. Knocks one down from deep, but it's a 5-point Leo lead. And Adam Davison was the horse tonight for Leo. 29 points for Davison. You saw 3 of them come there. Michael Sharp going the other way for East Noble. This one a high score, but it's Leo winning in Kendallville. The final in this one, 81-73. Well, we've got to take a quick break, but coming up, we've got some of the area's best small school teams. Woodland clinching a conference title last weekend. Could the Warriors keep it up against Eastside? Plus Blackhawk, the area's best 1A team. The Braves hosting Heritage, and could the St. Francis women make it to 32-0? We got highlights of that coming up next in the Highlight Zone.
Hey, this is Jay Edwards. Hey, this is Lyndon Jones. You're here with 2 former Mr. Basketballs and 3-time state champions.
And 2 former Hoosiers. You're watching the Highlight Zone.